All right, so this is an unusual Saturday. We're here for the Hawks and Richmond, of course. We can't wait for that. It's going to be sensational.
Almost there. I'm almost knocking it out.
And what we're doing, of course, is we've had to come to the ground a slightly different way because we're all heading to Bungaree tonight to help Spud christen his new grandstand. And, Garry, what I want to ask you is what happens on a Saturday morning often, regardless of where we're at, is we get a text bombardment. And normally it's a group haul, and normally there's abuse involved and all that sort of stuff, which is good.
Yep.
But today we had a slightly different text sort of setup.
Yep. I'll tell you exactly what it was. There's a couple of components to this. So last night, this is the other reason we don't do, I don't do pickups, Warrior. Right? I just get my own ass to the ground.
Yeah, look after yourself.
Exactly.
You don't have to talk to anyone.
Trying to organise anyone else is a nightmare. So, as it was last night, we've all headed off, and I said, well, I've got to go to Brighton. And Spud said, can you pick me up? And I went, oh, Christ. All right. Okay. And he said, well, what about JB? I said, oh, what about him? He said, oh, well, someone might have to pick him up, and if we can swing past there, well, what do you reckon? And I said, oh, well, I'll pick him up. So that's where it was left last night. This is the text I got. I'm going to read it to you.
Mm.
Sorry, guys. Pulled the trigger early. JB will pick you up at the Olsen at 11:15.
JB will pick you up.
And I'm thinking to myself, I'm already at the Olsen. How can I pick myself up?
The same group message, right? So I'm going, JB's going to pick me up at the Olsen. I'm in Brighton. I'm supposed to pick Spud up, right? So that's it. Spud writes his text messages how his brain thinks, okay? Instead of saying,
I went a bit quick.
JB, comma, we will pick you up at the Olsen 11:15. It was JB will pick you. The written word, Spud.
Yep.
You can't put inflection on the written word.
Yeah, I know, but I pressed send before.
No. But anyway, that's half of it, right?
Yeah, the other bit.
So we sorted that out. This is the bit that got me most of all. Where is Bungaree? It's out of Ballarat, right?
I think.
Yep.
It's 10 mile this side of Ballarat.
It's in the
Melbourne
Highlands.
side of Ballarat.
Basically goat farmers,
Central
and
Highlands.
farmers and potato farmers.
The odd banjo.
You'll see him, don't
I
worry.
think there might be a bit of... And what it is their best... Tonight they'll get in their best clobber.
No doubt.
So they'll dust off their best work shirt or they'll get their best flannel.
They'll have one suit each side.
So Spud says, guys, just to let you know, if you can bring a suit jacket, would be good.
I had to double back to maroon.
A suit jacket
See if I could get
to
the club,
go to Bungaroo.
the club suit. I had to bloody dust that off.
A suit jacket to go to the Bungaree footy sheds. I walked out like this. I said, this is what you're getting at Bungaree, Jeff.
They get this live up there.
A suit jacket,
But they've got on the...
He can't even find a suit to go to the Logan.
I had a look at the ticket this morning. It's fair to say no preparation, but it's formal for them, which...
What's that mean? You iron your flannel?
Well, I'm not sure, but anyway, I just didn't want you to look out of place, and you won't.
But I will look out of place at Bungaree.
I tell you.
I'm a bit nervous about this.
The pack one over here, they want it videotaped, and they want an audio in the car on the drive down, which I think wouldn't be a bad idea.
Well, and you'll hear the 4 cities best in the car too, because he'll drop out a Dan.
You'll get a half a lamb each tonight. Quartered, a couple of bags of spuds.
Half a lamb.
Half a lamb, 4 quarters.
What is the menu tonight?
It'll be
this is if you just joined this, Bungaree's biggest night on their
new
social
It's supposed to be a surprise too, like the other thing. But anyway,
well, no, we're not going to touch the other thing. But it is. They've got the $4.5 million opening of their new grandstand and everything else, and Jim, myself, and the Force.
Our grandfather. He comes up.
Collective going rate of at least 18 large for a night like this. Our old mates just tapped us on the shoulder and said, couldn't do us a favour. And all three of us just looked at each other and went, you've got to be joking, Spud. On the cold winter's night, we've got to go to Bungaree. Anyway, we've got our head around the fact we're going, so we're excited about it.
It'll be a beautiful it'll be roast. So you love the meal.
On the spit sort of style.
Beautiful. They've got it.
The ladies doing the stuff.
Cooking it now. Right. They've got about 4 lambs.
All I suggest for the Force is that you have a very, very secure private room for him.
Yeah, there's one of those.
He doesn't eat with a puppy.
No, I think Anita's organised that.
Actually?
There's a bit of a green... I'm not sure whether it's a green room, but it could be the umpire's room.
Can you make sure, Spud, there is peas,
carrots,
roast pumpkin, roast
Potatoes.
potato, and I'm a bit of a corn man too.
Oh, I don't know whether we'll be able to get the
Well,
corn.
come on.
Well, there's 400 or 500 people to cater for.
Or go and buy a bag and just put it on the stove
Well,
for
we'll have
us.
to go and ring Knackers McWiggen up there who's cooking at the
Knackers
moment.
McWiggen.
And he'll be having a little test to just watching
Better not
the roast
overcook the
cook.
lamb.
It won't be overcooked. It'll be
Imagine-
magnificent.
We get back to Lethal Lee Davey at the Olsen and go, you couldn't look after this half a sheep. Just had it handed to me in an envelope. After doing some speaking work up in Bungaree.
We had 25 kilo bag of spuds, I can guarantee you that.
When's
Hey,
lugging them home? The pack are up early on Twitter. They're loving it. I think you've got a spring in your step, Jim, which is great. Tim Payton, I think he's one of your men. Jared Walsh having a go at me, so you're out. Chaos is there, package. Tim Payton is dirty because I suspended him for a couple of weeks. Robbie Jackson, you boys weren't here last night. He wants to know how to get into the pack.
Oh, and have you given him
The
entry?
pack have just said no.
Not allowed in.
It's just bide your time, son. We know whether you can see how many times you tweet in this, can you?
At Triple M Footy on Twitter is how you get
So
involved.
it's nice to see them up. But